good day, everyone. I am Dr. Thusha Rani and I'm from Malaysia. My presentation today is entitled Getting Artsy, Exploring Language Arts in the New Norm. Before I proceed, a bit of information about myself. I am currently attached to the Teacher Education Institute, Malay Language Campus based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm a senior lecturer and also the head of the English language unit. My research interests includes TESOL, semiotics, multimodality, popular culture, creative pedagogies. This sharing session actually looks into how I explore my language arts subject during the new norm. Usually it is a face-to-face interaction in a physical setting, but this semester I had to teach them online, and we will look into some of the ways that I explored to do this. When we talk about language arts, the main genre that I actually taught this semester were stories, drama, and poetry. Moving on, stories. Stories are embedded in storytelling, and I have a few activities usually lined up. One of them is to get the students active. So here, what I do is to get them move when they hear certain words. For example, if we are exploring fairy tale during that particular lesson, I would say words like big bad wolf, and they have to move like a big bad wolf. Or if I say rabbit, they might just hop up, hop around or jump up and down. This is important simply because it gets them activated and it gets them alert during the subsequent hours. I also make my students produce own stories because it's important for them to have ownership, and I also proceed from these to alternate endings where students come up with their own different endings to popular stories. What I do next is to ask them to upload their versions, their products on YouTube. And usually my students create stories using Clip and InShot. These are the two popular apps that they like to use. And here is a screenshot of one of my students' work. And this is particularly a story of the shepherd and the king. Moving on, I also continue my classes with craft activities which are done after class hours. This is also important because students need to prepare props for their coming productions, and sometimes being away, they come up with their own props like masks, and in this instance you can see this particular student making bookmarks based on the characters of Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book. We move on to poetry. Poetry is a difficult genre actually for many students, at least mine. So I get them inspired and then come up with their own write-ups, record and upload their works. One of the things that I do is to use visuals to stimulate to actually think beyond what they actually see every day. So I get them to analyze visuals, and for this semester we actually looked into art pieces and works of Frida Kahlo, Edvard Munch, and Vincent van Gogh, and they had to interpret these paintings and write their own versions, interpretations of poems. And this is actually a very good higher order thinking skill kind of activity. I also make them explore various forms of poetry, from haiku to limericks to shape poetry to free verse, simply because different students' ability would be able to explore different types of poems. And finally, dramatization. These students also dramatize their own poems or even other poets' work, and they upload them again on YouTube or even TikTok. So here is one image that I used in my class, Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. And this is a work of one of my students. And as you can see, she has interpreted starry nights, and with the use of words like night, sky, it's very apt to the image that she analyzed earlier. TikTok. What can I say about TikTok? I'm definitely not a TikTok person, but my students are, and hey, what better way to motivate and encourage them than to use something that they are so familiar with. My students use TikTok a lot in their classrooms, and they upload again on YouTube. So YouTube is very popular with people these days, youngsters, to upload all kinds of production work. These are some of my students' work uploaded on YouTube. Here, Hazik actually created his own poem, and here Chan actually used InShot, and then she uploaded it on YouTube. So these are all poetry recitals. Drama. Drama is also another important element that I explored and exploited during my language arts lessons this semester. One of the things with drama is it's difficult to kind of teach it online, because you always see them physically during your traditional classes. So one of the things that I do is to make them make faces to get them warmed up, so it can be a show of emotions, it could be a show of actions. I also have this activity called Together We Gather, where I get students to act out a combination of words they hear. So I might say angriness, and they have to act out how an angriness would be in front of their screens. And these two kind of explores their emotions once again, and also to get them talking at times. You could explore with tongue twisters, mime. These are just some suggestions when you're teaching online. And then I also look into skits, because my students go through various emotions, and various themes are suitable for them. So being older students, this semester they explored themes like bullying and loneliness. And this is again a screenshot from one of their presentation, and all these students, 3 of them, presented a skit on bullying, which was then uploaded on Instagram and shared on YouTube. And finally, this is an example of my student's work, and she actually shared this on TikTok. A shape poem. And yes, there you have it. A poem entitled COVID-Free World. How apt is this even in these times? And finally, what do I do? Students need appreciation, and one of the ways to motivate them is to showcase their work. I use Padlet, and as you can see, these are all their works. Here I have my student Pui reciting one of William Henry David's greatest work. And yes, they comment on each other's work. They kind of sometimes even criticize each other's work, but positively, but all in good fun and in good intentions. So that is how I have conducted my language arts class this semester, and I hope I have given ideas on how you viewers could also do some of the things that I've done. And if you have any questions, you can reach me at my email that I've given there. And that's all. Thank you very much.